Life is not a matter of luck, but of our choices. Nothing happens by itself. Everything only comes to pass once you understand that you must take action to make things happen the way you want. The story of two former soldiers. Alex and John were two soldiers who fought side by side in a brutal war. They both experienced severe trauma and loss, returning to civilian life with deep psychological wounds. Both felt lost, angry, and as if every door to happiness had been slammed shut. Alex wallowed in resentment. He believed fate had been unjust, taking his best years and leaving him with unhealable scars. He refused all help, lived in isolation, and grew increasingly bitter. He would say, "Why did this misfortune happen to me? Life is so unfair." For Alex, the future was a dark wall with no exit. John, however, was in just as much pain. But one day, he realized that dwelling in the past was only draining him further. He told himself, "I can't change what happened, but I can choose how I live with it." John started with the smallest steps. He proactively sought out a support group, enrolled in a course to learn new skills, and patiently worked on his physical recovery. There were days he wanted to quit, but he chose to keep going. He chose to look at the small opportunities ahead instead of the losses behind. 10 years later, their lives were two completely different pictures. Alex still struggled with poverty and loneliness, forever a victim of circumstance. John, however, had become a psychological counselor, helping other veterans find light in their lives. He had a warm, small family and a fulfilling life. Meeting Alex at a reunion, John looked at his pitiful old friend and said, "We were both pushed into the same abyss, Alex. The difference wasn't luck. It was that I chose to climb, while you chose to remain in the darkness." The lesson learned. The story of Alex and John is a clear testament to the truth. Life is not about luck, but about the choices we make. Circumstances can push us into difficult situations, but they do not determine the final outcome. What decides our future is how we choose to respond to adversity. John understood that nothing happens by itself. It all only happens once you understand that you must take action to make things happen the way you want. He did not wait for a miracle or a stroke of luck to save him. Instead, he proactively influenced his life through small, consistent actions every day to build a better future. Meanwhile, Alex chose a passive attitude, waiting for a justice that doesn't exist and blaming his fate. That choice, even if unconscious, kept him trapped. The lesson for us is, no matter the circumstance, you always have the power to choose your attitude and your response. Stop complaining and waiting for luck. Be proactive, courageously make positive choices, and take consistent action. Because your life today is the result of all the choices you made yesterday. Thank you for listening to my story about the meaning of life. Please like and subscribe.